another product called Incident Analyst, and we look at CAD incidents, and we look at something called repeat victimization, which in turn is really just where you're getting the number of calls repeating at the same place multiple times. And if you look at this particular thematic map, I've just basically taken the symbols and made them larger based upon that repeat incidents going on right now. So if I were to toggle that to 3D without doing anything, I would still get exactly what I see right here, but it would be draped on the surface. So instead of doing that, I decided to just throw a little curveball in here, and I went onto the web, and I found myself an actual pin, and I took that pin, and here I am looking at, this is key though, the repeat incident count is the one I'm looking at, because it's attribute-based driven symbology here, okay? So I went onto the internet, and I actually grabbed myself a DAE model. I took that model, downloaded it to my system, and I simply just turned it into something called an XPL file, which we have the utility to do that with. An XPL file is something that is a DirectX file, and it's very fast to be able to display, so we recommend that we convert a lot of that kind of stuff to it. But here's the key one. I'm actually taking the expression of repeat count, dividing it by 2, because I didn't want my point symbols to be massive. I kind of wanted them to be a little bit smaller. And the repeat count is what is actually part of the aggregation process that we did before in GeoMedia. And then I'm setting to say, do that by scale. So in essence, I'm replicating what you would see inside of there. Then when you toggle it to 3D, all of a sudden what you're going to see is this little 3D pin. I modified it myself. I actually downloaded a little application on the internet, and I put little red bands around it just so we can do that. So you can do, there's lots of ways to actually create these symbology libraries. You can, of course, share them just like you can share the GeoMedia ones. And now you see big pins and small pins. Okay, that's interesting, but what I do, I notice that some of these pins are actually inside of those buildings. So I've got building footprints. It'd be nice to see those buildings, but I want the buildings to be semi-translucent because I want to be able to see through them. I want a ghosted appearance to those. So what I did is I just extruded those and applied a translucency to them, just like I would in GeoMedia. Remember the translucency setting? That's all I got to do. As soon as I set that in that color, I automatically get that for free. Review attributes we can do. I've already shown you that. And then, of course, we can review the attributes. This is a good example of where I want to look at the proximity between the actual pin itself and the house that it's located at. Okay?